What up, everybody? It's your boy PTK Blam back off of hiatus with another video. First things first, I want to kind of explain the hiatus in the channel with the videos for about a week now. I have been under the weather. I've been sick. I'm actually still sick, so I apologize. And that's the reason why the Shop podcast did not go live last Saturday. And I want to apologize to everybody who supports me and anybody who was wanting to watch on Saturday. So I apologize to you guys. I'm feeling a lot better though. So the Shop Podcast will be live this Saturday, guaranteed. So on to today's video. Now, there's a couple things that I want to talk about before we dive into the actual video. The first thing I want to let everybody know is that I do have a vlogging channel. It's actually a family vlogging channel. Me and my wife decided about a month ago to start vlogging daily or every other day, sometimes depending on what's going on. And I really, really want you guys to go to that channel. It's awesome. If you want to see Blam personally, you want to see my face in person, you want to see my family and get to know us, please go subscribe, rate, and comment. We got about 10 videos up so far. All great videos. I've been working on that while I've been sick, doing a lot of videos for that channel. So I will leave a link in the description to that channel. So you guys go ahead and check us out. Leave a comment. Let us know if you guys like what we're doing. So I really, really appreciate that. And the second thing is, like I always do before these videos, I would just want to say thank you to everybody who's continuing to support me. I do have a new goal for this year as far as the amount of subs that I want to hit. That goal is 2,000 subs. Right now I'm sitting at almost 1,100. So just gonna keep driving, keep pushing. I want to appreciate the support. I want to say thank you to all you guys, man. Everybody who leaves a single click on a video. Thank you guys so much. So on to today's video. So what I wanted to talk about was I've been kind of back and forth on Twitter, seeing a few things lately, and one big question kind of arose in my mind: does Xbox need more first party studios? Now, I want to start this video off not saying that I don't want to talk about the success of the studios that they have, because just about every studio that they have first party has been incredibly successful. So that's the one thing you cannot say about Xbox first party studios, is that they are not successful. From Mojang to Turn 10 to the Coalition to Rare to 343, they've all been very, very successful of what they've done. They've been consistent and successful. But does that equal good? Franchises run their course over time. We've had a ton of Halos. We've had a ton of Gears of Wars. I don't mind those franchises. Those are some of my favorite franchises that I've ever played. So I don't have any issue with that. But as time goes by, do you really think that they need more first party studios for more variety? My answer would be yes and no. So let me go ahead and explain myself. Yes, the reason I say yes is because variety is a spice of life. Now you see there are certain areas where Xbox does not really have much of a market. I'd like to see certain types of games out of them, but they just haven't done it as of yet. Now they are very capable of doing this, and I know starting a studio isn't the cheapest thing to do or anything like that. I know financially it's not easy to do that. Just to say, okay, let's just open up another studio to create a whole new game. But they were going to do that. You've seen the Black Tusk before it became the Coalition. Sorry, was working on Shanghaiist, which was going to be a new IP for Microsoft. Microsoft decided to move into Gears, which was necessary, and they did a great job. But I'd like to see more studios being made to take different chances. Now, one of the ideas, shout out to GKB because he said this on our last podcast, was that what they could do is there's a lot of great young, smaller studios, a lot of indie studios. Indie games have shined this generation more than any other generation in my recent memory. So there's a lot of smaller studios, Studio MBHR, which is working on Cuphead, a bunch of other studios. They can take a lot of talent and put a little bit of money into those studios to come up with something great. You never know, it may be huge. That's one idea. Also, like I said before, there are certain areas that Microsoft, I feels like there are certain type of games that they need to have for their catalog, just to say, hey, we got this game. And there are certain franchises that they do have that they're not doing anything with as of yet. Now, I've made a bunch of videos about this. You're talking about a Perfect Dark, another Fable, a true Fable game, which I still feel like they're going to do something with those IPs. So let's cross our fingers and hope that they do. But there are certain areas that I'd like them to touch on. Third person genre, maybe the Splinter Cell type game, which could be kind of like a Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark could fill that gap. maybe a couple platformers, maybe an Xbox exclusive RPG. Doesn't have to be JRPG. Maybe a nice hack and slash game, platformer, any of those areas which they don't have a lot of. They're doing a great job this generation, by the way, but they don't have a lot of reach in those areas. I'd love to see more variety from them and take a few more chances in those particular areas. Now, they've taken a lot of chances. We've gotten a ton of new IPs this generation from Microsoft, from Record to Quantum Break, Sunset Overdrive. Now they haven't all done well as far as sales, which is kind of the caveat to this entire video. You got to go out and buy these IPs if we want them to make them. We got to show Xbox and these developers that we want these games. So that's the biggest caveat to this whole discussion, honestly. And the second thing I wanted to bring up was the fact that a lot of people are saying Microsoft or Sony, sorry about that, is bringing games in 2017 and beyond, and Microsoft is looking a little dry. Now let's rewind back 2 or 3 years ago. Microsoft has always pushed the games narrative. They've always done that. They've always done that. They did not get the wow, I was trying to think of a word. They did not get the praise from the media for doing the games things. They've always just showed games at E3 for the most part. They just recently, probably the last two E3, started showing a little bit of hardware. They've always just showed games. So let's really cut that narrative out because they've always shown games. Software is always king, always will be king. So let's not make it sound like Sony just started that train because it's always been that way. A lot of Sony's games that were announced a year or two ago are coming out this year. So they have a strong lineup, which is kudos to Sony. They're doing a great job, with that console. But let's not act like Microsoft hasn't been pushing the games narrative, since the Xbox One came out. That's all they've been preaching. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. What do you guys feel about Microsoft's first party studios? Do you think they need to make more? Do you think they're okay where they're at? Let me get your opinion. Don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. How do you guys feel about this topic? Because I know a lot of people, and I've seen on Twitter, are kind of back and forth about it. So just leave a like, subscribe if you guys haven't. By the way, like I said at the beginning of the video, I will leave a link to my family vlog channel in the description. Once again, I do appreciate the support. More videos coming this week. Today is actually my recording day for my video, so I'm gonna put up 3 or 4 videos. Actually, record 3 or 4 videos. That way, I can just release them throughout the week. So more videos coming, guys. I'm still here. All right. So once again, leave a like, thumbs up, mash that thumbs up button, subscribe, and thank you guys for the continued support. You guys have a great one. Take it easy.